See the record. Yeah, let me see how many of you. Okay, so thank you very much for joining because I have seen some of you have joined also. Let me, um, okay. So like I promise, this is the title of the presentation, which is Unlocking the Power of Artificial Intelligence, Opportunities, Challenges, and Solutions. So I'm going to take you through the opportunities and challenges, and also the solution if you embrace AI. So let me start with the first slide, which is the background of the story. So basically, if you say AI, we are referring to artificial intelligence, which is a branch of engineering and sciences of making intelligence machine. But in a simple term, an AI is nothing but is to come up with a machine that can mimic the human behavior. For example, like we can have a machine that can think, can reason, and can do a lot of things just like a human. So this is what AI is all about. So actually, AI composed of three components: the AI itself, which is artificial intelligence, the machine learning, and deep learning. So I'm going to take you all the three, but you have already known that is AI. AI, which is artificial intelligence, it's just like a branch of computer science of making intelligent machine. That is nothing more. So just like what I have told you, an AI is a branch of computer science that aims to create a system or machine or a software program capable of performing a task that typically require human intelligence. So it's more of creating a machine or maybe a system or a program that can maybe perform a certain task or maybe can make a judgment or make a decision that require a human intelligence. So this is basically what is AI. That's what is artificial intelligence. So machine learning is also a subset of AI. Means machine learning is part of AI, but more of feeding with data, meaning that a machine learning is a part of AI that identify pattern in data and make predictions, or that can identify pattern in data and make decision. For example, uh, maybe you can supply a machine learning algorithm with maybe a size of a plot and location of the plot, and also the size of the plot. As an engineer, let me use this term. Maybe you want to predict the price of a plot, maybe in GRA Kano, just a plot of land. So yeah, let me make it very clear. A plot of land in GRA Kano. So you need to provide a different data to the machine at certain interval. For example, maybe at 2011, a size of plot of maybe 50 by 50 at so place cost so amount. So you need to provide all this data. So the machine learning algorithm will go through the data, identify the pattern, then it will make the prediction what happened to the cost after maybe 10 years or after 20 years. Just like a kind of a simulation. So this is actually what machine learning is all about. So that is what you call a deep learning. So deep learning is also part of machine learning. It's just like an advancement of machine learning, which is use of a neural network to solve a complex problems because some kind of problems are very complex that cannot be solved by machine learning. So it requires a deep learning. It requires a very deep a neural network. Sometimes you may have a neural network with a 1,000 input layers just to solve a particular problem. So basically, a deep learning is a part of machine learning that solve a deep problems. So, and this deep learning is also known as we call it a human brain of a computer because it normally think just like how human brain think. It is designed in such a way that It's reason a thing just like how human brain work. So this is what you call a deep learning. At times, maybe you are solving a complex problem. For example, like maybe you want to make a prediction of a concrete strand, for example. So maybe you have a 1,000 input of data and you want to maybe improve the accuracy of the prediction. So you need to provide more data. So in case of machine learning, even if you add more data, sometimes addition of data will not improve the accuracy of the results. So that's why the idea of deep learning come into place. So in a deep learning, the more data you have, the more accurate prediction you will get. That's what you call a deep learning. So basically, so look at here we same the soft field within AI industry. So we have artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, right? So now we are going to look at the component of AI. So AI normally composed of three components. Number one, we have what you call artificial narrow intelligence, which is called weak AI. And you have what you call artificial general intelligence, which is strong AI. And you have another one which is called artificial super intelligence, which is we call it super AI. So in case of a weak AI, so weak AI is kind of AI that can perform only a single task, just like a ChatGPT is mainly used for what for generating only text. Do you understand? Just like maybe you can say autopilot, like Tesla, a self-driving car. It can only drive itself. That's only it is work. So a kind of AI that perform a single task is what we call a weak AI, or we call it artificial narrow intelligence. Then there is another one which is called strong AI or artificial general intelligence, that is strong AI. So it's involved a machine that possesses ability to perform intellectual tasks like a human being. So it's a kind of machine that can perform a lot of tasks, just like a robot in an airport. You may have a robot in an airport that can maybe help maybe travelers, ask them equations, respond them. Do you understand? So we can have a robot that do a lot of things. So that's what you call a strong AI. But this is where the problem is, which is called artificial super intelligence. This is not up to, we didn't have to come to this place because this artificial super intelligence, we're talking about a kind of machine that supersedes the human power. That's where the machine will take over the world. There's a lot of movies, American movies, which demonstrated that in the next 20 or 30 years, the machine will take over. We'll talk about all this in the next slides. So now, so I'm just talking about super intelligence, or we call it artificial super intelligence. So this is what a Hollywood movies have. Look at it. They say artificial super intelligence refers to an era where a machine or computer will take over the world. The prediction were made 2040 AI will take over the world. This phenomenon was started describing in Hollywood movies like Terminator. So there is a lot of movies, not only Terminator, which demonstrated that in the next couple of years, the AI will take over the world. That's why the robots, the super machines will take over everything. So basically, these are the components of AI. Number one, we have what you call base knowledge, expert system, deep learning, computer vision, machine learning, and natural language processing. Let's take them one after the other. So this is a knowledge base. So for you to use AI, especially in your domain, like engineering, you need to have what you call a base knowledge. You need to understand what is AI, how AI works. So before you properly implement AI into your field, so this is what you call a base knowledge. So you need to understand what is AI, its functions, its functionality, how to develop a program if it crash. So this is what you call a base, a knowledge base. This is what you are going to take you through, inshallah. Then we have another one, which is expert system. So, for example, for you to maybe implement AI in civil engineering, you also need to understand what is civil engineering. So, that's what you call a domain knowledge. Before you implement AI into another field, so you need to understand what is that field, how you can implement AI into that field. Do you understand? So, this is what you call an expert system. Then we have what you call a deep learning. So, deep learning, this is where a work is done because this is where the brain of the artificial intelligence is located. This is where all decision is made in the AI. So you have what you call computer vision. This is more or less of maybe image detection. Maybe you are using autopilot or maybe a crack detection in a civil infrastructure. So this is where the computer, that ability of the computer to see is what you call computer vision. So computer normally see, but not like how human beings see. It use what you call an image vector. It's a kind of an input, just like matrices, where we input all the images and we make the computer to see and to identify the pattern. This is what you call computer vision. Then we have what you call machine learning and natural language processing. So natural language processing is more or less of using a text messages. So natural language processing is more or less of using a text, for example, like maybe you want to identify maybe an abuse language, maybe in like Facebook. So this is where a natural language processing comes into play. Maybe you want to understand maybe the strength in the concrete. So you need to maybe understand the kind of an ingredient in the concrete, for example, like admixtures or whatsoever. So all this is where the natural language processing comes into play. So let's look at the areas where AI play important roles. For example, like healthcare, there is a lot of an AI tools which helps doctors and health personnel to diagnose diseases, this drug discovery, and a lot of things. In terms of education, there is a lot of tutorial tools that use AI content. For example, maybe you can learn English with an AI tutor. So yeah, this is where also AI come into play in education. Then there is also a fraud detection software. This is where an AI algorithm is used to detect maybe a kind of a fraud. For example, like a very corruptions in a kind of ministry or industry. So this is where AI is implemented in finance. And I think this is all of you will bear with me that AI is also implemented in security, especially in an American cities. You understand this is where the facial recognition come into play. If you have seen maybe uh which Prison Break, you'll understand that this do you hear me please? Please do you hear me?
Yes, we can clearly hear you, sir.
Okay, that's good. Sorry for the inter. Okay, so we have what you call we have autonomous vehicles, just like self-driving cars like Tesla. We have robotics, agriculture, and all the remaining. I will share the slide with you because our time has already gone. So look at the AI softwares and the application. Just like I think you have known all these things. Number one, you have ChatGPT. It is for generation text, answer some questions and a lot of things. We have JP Morgan. This is mostly used in the construction industry. JP Morgan is a kind of a software that analyzes the contract, legitimacy of the contract. Yeah. Then we have what you call ABM as a kind of an AI tool used for medical diagnosis. So Facebook AI is used for maybe because if you're using Facebook, you realize that you may see someone you don't have his maybe contact, but you don't have in person. So you see all these kind of people in your friend you know. So this is where the Facebook AI comes into play. So and many more. So this is yeah, I need to talk about this part also. This is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a kind of a learning tool that can help you to generate text. But this is the major challenges around ChatGPT. Look at it. The major issues revolve around the truthfulness and correctness of AI generated answers. You see, it might present a flawed or prejudiced data, resulting in potential inaccuracy in educational material. So I want you to understand this, especially those that are working on a research paper. Please don't use any kind of generated reference by AI because most of them are wrong. And if maybe a Bajoma find out they will reject your paper and they won't accept your paper anymore because an AI generated text is prohibited. Prohibited, yeah. So this is a Tesla Copilot. This is a self-driving car. So for a car to drive itself, it needs all these that three components. Number one, it needs computer vision, the image detection, and deep learning. These are the components that revolve around a self-driving car. Look at what Elon Musk says in 2013. A Tesla will have a fully self-driving cars ready by the end of this year. A robot taxi version that can ferry passengers without anyone behind the wheel. And this is very, very possible because we have seen this. Thus, he made this claim in 2013 that he will produce a Tesla car that will ferry passengers and drop them without any person or any driver in the car. It's only the car and a passenger within the car. And this is very, very possible because we have seen that. So let's look at. So these are the these are the advantage of AI in engineering. Number one, you have what you call predictive and predictive modeling and analysis. Yeah, we can use AI in making predictions. Sorry. For example, like material behavior, structural performance, geotechnical condition like the bearing capacity of the soil, yeah, the compressive strengths of the concrete. We can make all these kind of predictions. Number two, we have design and optimization. Maybe you want to maybe optimize your design. For example, like a thickness of your slab, you can also use AI because sometimes when you increase the thickness of your slab, then you need to check for deflection because as the higher the thickness, then there will be a better possibility for the structure to fall by deflection. So the AI will give you an optimum value of thickness without compromising the stability of your deflection. So that's where also design come into play. Then you have what you call automation and robotics. This is where we have self-driving cars, the robotics, and what have you. And the last part is what you call monitoring and inspection. You'll bear with me that this time around, most of the civil infrastructure's monitoring is made of AI. No need for you to go and check the vibrations and what have you. Only the AI tool will determine everything. So it's only use the computer visions, crack, and what have you. So let me help you with this question. Please, I need your answer because we are running out of time. What is your thought about this? I need your answer in the comment. Oh, sorry, in the chat. Please, I need your answer in the chat now, please. If yes, yes. If no, no. What is your what is your thought?
No, 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 at all. No.
Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, let's see. Okay. So look at what a study in Oxford University suggests. Let me start with an Elon Musk. And Elon Musk stated that artificial intelligence is a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization. That's number one. Number two, a study from Oxford University suggested that in the next 20 years, around 47% of the job worldwide could be at risk of being taken over by artificial intelligence. Look at the kind of job. These jobs include transportation, construction, law enforcement, and food services. But even highly skilled roles like lawyers, doctors may face challenges due to advancement. So that means we are at high risk. We engineers, especially those that are working in transportation. Sorry to say, Ivala was saying transportation, constructions, law enforcement, food services, all these are at high risk of being replaced by AI. Look at the amount of job to be replaced. 47% of the job will be at risk. And even lawyers and doctors may face a challenges due to AI advancement. Okay, look at this. I want you to visualize this. Twitter discovered and banned 300,000 link accounts and 97% which were found by non-human AI. What I want you to understand, look at the numbers. 300,000. These are the amount of the Twitter accounts that are banned. And all these accounts, look at the 97% were found by non-humanized AI. So AI discovered 95% of this account. So that means definitely Elon Musk will reduce the number of employees if 97% of the job is made of AI because AI is cheaper, is more efficient, and can do the work. So that means employee at high risk of being fired because of AI. Yeah. So let's look at another slide. John Keynes wrote an essay where he tried to guess how technology AI will make life better for his grandchildren. He glorified what humanity can achieve in terms of quality of life and low amount of human labor. So, what this is telling me is that there is a lot of maybe technology advancement for a better life. The quality of life will also improve, but but the amount of labor or that maybe the work in place, the job will be will be will be reduced to a minimum because the AI will do the job. This is what I want you to understand. So, so please, what is your thought? Who is the first person to lose their job because of AI? There is a first person who lost his job because of AI. What is your thought? Who is that person? The first person, we already know him. All of you know him. He knows he's the first person that lose his job because of AI. So please, can you write his name in the chat? I give you 1 minute. Write his name, please. Please write his name.
Why banggain da ake rubuta
Okay, let me
kai
let,
ne
let,
mana.
let me surprise you. Look at the person. So look at the person. Do you all see him? Do you see him? So, um, the Tom, you can bear with me that Tom is the first person that is replaced by AI. Yeah, because this kind of artificial cat can do the job without being paid, and can do it more efficiently because it's in seconds it captures the jelly and throw it away. So Tom is the first victim of artificial intelligence. So I think we have so now if there is a possibility of all of us to be replaced by AI, now what is the solution? So the solution is look at what Blackisman said in 2018. So if you want to reduce the high rate of unemployment, there is a requirement of new compensation policy. So it is true that people will lose their job because of AI. So what governments are doing as part of compensation, if maybe someone loses job, so what government can provide for that person in return? For example, like they use, maybe some years ago, in all of the offices there is what you call messengers. But because of the advancement of emails, computer, now the messengers will no longer be available. So you see, all the messengers were replaced. So what government provide for the messengers role? Do you understand? So whenever some kind of position is replaced, so what are the compensation policies that brought into place? So this is what this guy uh, suggested in 2018 that whenever we have a kind of job replacement, so we need to provide a kind of a compensation. That's number one. So the government need to think about this and provide an alternative for its citizen. That's number one. Then number two, let's look at another. So let me do something like this because I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Okay. So another thing is that the government and companies should also consider facilitating skill acquisition for their employees, allowing them to switch jobs more smoothly when necessary. What this is telling you is that companies and governments knows that the AI will replace a lot of jobs. So there is need for them to provide what you call facilitating skills. Maybe you are part of the construction part, so you need to also understand what is design part. If you are replaced in part of construction, then you also move to design. If design is also replaced, then you move to survey. This is the kind of what you call facilitating skills so that you can switch into another job more smoothly when necessary. If your job is replaced, then you need to also move to another place. Well, so this is actually for you to succeed in especially in a developed countries like US, UK, China, because of AI will take a lot of jobs there. So for you to succeed there, so you need to be number one, you need to be very creative. Number two, curious. Number three, innovative and resilient. These are the four qualities that will help you to succeed anywhere in a global dimension: creativity, curiosity, innovation, and resilience. So AI cannot come up with a creative idea because most of the AI ideas are generic. So if you come up with a creative idea, that means you are still relevant. Then you need to be very curious. Maybe, for example, you see how someone maybe solve a kind of problems. You can adopt his own method, modify it to fit your own environment. Then you adopt it and you implement it. Then you need to be very innovative. Resilient in a sense that there is a lot of failures in life. You can fail, and it's normal for you to fail. But your ability to stand up after having failed is what you call resilient. So it's normal with AI, a lot of jobs will be replaced. If your job is replaced by AI, this is not the end of the world. Then you need to also stand up and find another uh, alternative. So that is what you call a convention for the global CEOs. I think about 10,000 CEOs were gathered in US. That's California. So the only thing that they recommend that is relevant and make them succeed is the creativity. Look at what they say. The creativity is the most important leadership skills. So you need to be very, very creative for you to succeed in the next couple of years. So look at what Jack Ma, my man, says. Jack Ma is a founder of Alibaba. So he said, we should not compete with artificial intelligence. This is, you need to understand this thing. We are not in competition with AI, but rather we need to focus on developing a unique human intelligence. AI can do a lot of things faster, more efficient. We have no doubt about that. But we have an unlocking potential. So we need to unlock that unlocking potential. We need to unlock that potential. Everybody has his own hidden potential. So we need to understand that and we need to unlock them. So this is what Alibaba is saying. Instead of us to focus always on AI, how come you compete AI? We cannot compete AI. AI can do a lot of things better than us. So the idea is let us focus on ourselves. Let us understand ourselves, what we have that AI doesn't have. What can we bring into table that is still relevant? This is what Jack Ma is saying. So if you want to stay relevant in today's rapidly changing world, you must learn AI. You must learn AI. You have no any excuse. You must learn AI. So what are the steps to learn AI? These are the These are the steps. Number one, you need to understand Python programming. Number two, you also need to understand mathematics and statistics because they are also very, very important too. These are what the machine learning based on. Then you have machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and you need to also understand how to implement all these things into your field. This is what you call machine learning ops and deployment. How can you implement machine learning into your field? Thank you. So we have 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I'd love to hear your questions. Thank you. So I am done. If you have any question, you can raise up your hand. Okay. Why is Abdullah? Abdullah Hussein, are you there?
Okay, say.
Yeah. Unmute yourself and talk because I have seen you have raised up.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going. Can we say more? Abdullah Hussein. Abdullah.
Sorry, Hussein Abdullah. Sorry, Hussein Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good morning. Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yeah, I do hear you.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I heard you mention my.
Yeah, we have less than 1 minute.
Okay. Firstly, thank you for the wonderful presentation. My own is just about just a clarification about the. I heard you mentioning about modeling and simulation. So I am a little bit confused about the two. I don't know if you can clarify me about what modeling is all about and what is simulation. Even
Yeah.
though